So this last year has been a bit of a dumpster fire. So why should you consider an MA in the middle of a global pandemic? Well, an MA is more than just an extra year of undergraduate study. It's a different type of degree. Master's degrees tend to be highly focused. They assume a relatively high level of prior knowledge, and so build on that to help turn you into an expert. They have a high degree of independent study, and they require you to dig deeper and construct much more nuanced and complicated arguments and analyses. But the payoff is that you're often actively contributing to new knowledge and not just summarizing existing ideas. MAs are also about really pushing the development of your critical thinking and facilitating broader research skills. In this moment, it's hard to think of a more vital set of skills. It's also worth pointing out that the crucible of the last year has led many places to develop new skills in remote learning. Leicester has been providing highly successful distance learning programs for more than 20 years. These aren't new skills to us. We have hundreds of graduates to testify to that. But we don't stand still either. We've just invested more than £1.8 million in our archaeological labs, and our staff are at the cutting edge of archaeology and ancient history. Our distance learning programs are run as both full-time and part-time degrees. We have 3 start points in the year, in June, October, and February, so you can build a degree around your life. They're designed to be flexible, to help support people in work, people with caring responsibilities, or those who want to plow ahead at a faster pace. So what do we offer? We have a program in the classical Mediterranean. This brings together our joint expertise in ancient history and archaeology to provide a materially led engagement with the cultures of the Mediterranean. There's 4 modules in this degree, plus a dissertation. You begin with text and material culture, which explores the range of evidence available for Greece and Rome, and the historic ways that evidence has been interpreted. Interdisciplinarity is at its core. This is followed by Encountering the Classical World, which challenges the way we approach classical antiquity, introducing current theoretical debates in the fields of ancient history and classical archaeology. It explores how we understand concepts such as economics, gender, ethnicity, and class in antiquity, as well as our conception of the Mediterranean as a region. That module also encourages students to think about the role that classical antiquity plays in the modern world. Classical Landscapes takes a wider diachronic look at the Mediterranean and explores the impact of the landscape on human experience. We look at both rural and urban landscapes, exploring the social, economic, and political functions of landscapes. And the final module moves from large-scale landscapes to the personal scale of households and domesticity. Households and families were at the heart of social organization in the ancient Greek and Roman worlds, and are fundamental building blocks for reconstructing past cultural life. We'll look at topics such as gender, status, family composition, household economics, food, and sexuality within wider theoretical frameworks. Our program in Archaeology and Heritage explores in a critical way how archaeologists and others engage with and interpret archaeological monuments, sites, and landscapes to various audiences. We'll engage with a range of heritage discourses from Europe, North America, and beyond. You begin with the module Critical Approaches to Archaeological Heritage, which examines the ways in which archaeological sites and landscapes are presented to the public. It also deals with the ethical and political issues surrounding preservation, conservation, or restoration. After that, you have some choice. Archaeology and Education explores the value of archaeology in a wide range of educational contexts, from formal school education through to public outreach strategies of state institutions in the charity sector. How we communicate the past has a vital role to play in securing its future, and that's what this module is about. The Archaeology of Standing Buildings gives you the hands-on skills you need to investigate historic structures, giving you both the contextual background for different building types and techniques, and the practical analytical skills needed to assess the different functions of a building. Landscape archaeology introduces the theoretical issues underpinning landscape archaeology, and talks about the range of techniques in the human and natural sciences that can be combined in the broad field of landscape studies. You'll learn to assess the different strengths and weaknesses of those techniques and their appropriate application within problem-solving research and professional practice. And doing historical archaeology gives you the skills to explore archaeological issues related to later historical periods, typically 1500 and on. There's a focus not only on the integration of historical records and material remains, but also in the use of publicly available information in museums, standing buildings, and historic landscapes. Both programs are capped with a dissertation. Topics are chosen by individual students in conjunction with a supervisor, and it's an opportunity for you to create new knowledge. It's not uncommon for our MA students to publish all or part of their dissertations. So what does this all cost? That's a fair question. But unlike other universities, our distance learning students pay the same fee no matter where they are in the world. If you're in the UK, you may qualify for a postgraduate loan. There's a range of other support available too. Just check the link. The truth of it is that you'll get a great education no matter which UK MA program you apply to. Each university has particular strengths. At Leicester, we're particularly good at combining text and material culture, and we're at the cutting edge of theory and its practical applications. We also tend to take student-focused, individualized approaches to teaching, and we've been doing distance learning successfully for decades.
My name is Marian Wer, and I'm from Guatemala. Well, I am based in Guatemala most of the time, but I do travel a lot. So I knew I wanted to study archaeology, and because of the traveling, distance learning seemed like the best option for me, because I could just study wherever I was based or at the moment. I chose Leicester because the courses they offered are very varied, and it allowed me to explore a little bit of different topics within archaeology.
So if a flexible, innovative, and personable experience is what you're after, Leicester is a great choice. In the School of Archaeology and Ancient History, we're passionate about the past. So what will you discover?